Yeah, we had a meeting, and I was just thinking. Since I've been here, I was just thinking about things, and I called him. I wanted to talk to him one-on-one personally because that's the type of coach he is. He always said if you got questions or you feel any type of way, come up there and just give him a holler. So I just talked to him, basically told him how I felt. I didn't feel like we were playing for each other. I remember point of game, we were down 21-0 to Tampa Bay, and I looked at everybody, and it was just like it was a whatever type of thing. And I didn't like it. So I had to just tell him how I felt about it, and I wanted us to play for each other because it's bigger when you play for the team than an individual. Like the stats, individual stuff. I mean, we're not track runners, we're not boxers, so individual stuff doesn't matter. It's all about the team. Is what can we do together as a collectively.
So Rasul Douglas has been. I mean, you talk about a tremendous addition. To get him, he came in and played after 3 or 4 days. But after last week, man, after the Buccaneers lost, it was a kind of a painful Monday for everybody. There was a lot of critical and crucial conversations, to say the least, where guys were saying what they felt, and I always encourage that. I believe in that. And Rasul hit me up afterwards, and he was just like, you know what, Coach, like, it doesn't feel real close, like, and it's just because we don't really know each other yet. We've had these masks on, we're sitting 6 feet apart. He's like, I just, I play better when I'm playing for somebody. So he suggested, it was his suggestion. He suggested we have some guys get up and just share a little bit about themselves. So we did that on Thursday, and we did that again Saturday night. And I think when you hear what people have been through, or when you hear what people have sacrificed to go out and play the game for you, you appreciate it.
It was more about explaining whatever you felt on your heart to tell God about yourself. So I know Teddy got up there and talked about how his mom I think she had cancer, and just watching her go through that, and her smiling, and her being happy, and her caring about him was bigger than anything. And then we also talked to one of the linemen where he said how he had COVID and he couldn't be with his wife, and his wife had a child and he couldn't be. Well, she was pregnant and he couldn't be around her. And the whole time he was just thinking about the team. So it wasn't more so about the him and himself. It was about, like, I want to help the team, and last game was his first week back. So just basically just expressing how we need to do it together, and we need to know each other. If we're going to call each other family, we got to feel like family, because at the end of the day, when I go home, it's from 7 a.m. to probably 7 p.m. I'm here. I go home, I get 2 hours, and then I'm going to sleep to get back ready for here. So if I'm here with you all day, I need to know you, I need to know who you are. I need to know how you think. So when I'm on the field, it's like I want to play for you.
All week we talked about playing for one another, and we did just that today. I talked to the guys earlier this week. We had a team meeting, and one of the biggest things was, do we really know each other? When you think about it, we didn't have OTAs or anything like that. It was like, man, you get a text message or a phone call, hey, report to Charlotte on this date, and you got to go. It's full throttle. So, this week we really spent some time getting to know each other, man, one another. And, it transitioned to the football field. Instead of guys being in a huddle with guys who they barely know, you take time to get to know each other. And now you understand a person's why. When you go out there, now all the guys on the field understand each other's purpose and their why. And it just makes playing together that much more, of a good feeling.
Rasul did a good job just coming up to coach and telling them, like, look, we need to start playing for each other and make sure we get to know each other, because this is a team that was created within, let's say, like a month, and us just really going out there just playing ball and not really playing for each other. So Rasul came up with this idea is we all need to learn each other and figure out, like, what each other goes through and stuff like that. That way we're able to play for each other. And that was one big thing that we did this week. We had some guys share some stories and stuff like that, and just make you feel closer to them and make you want to go play for them. So, and that's what it was about. I think that was the biggest difference, really, is just we started playing for each other and not just playing with each other, just playing. I know that sounded weird, but we started just playing for each other. I'm playing for Trey. Trey's playing for me. I'm playing Rasul. Rasul's playing for Derek Brown and all that. Everybody's story. Everybody comes from different backgrounds and different things that happen to their life. I think the 4 guys that talked really just hit me. I think it was Tyer, Chris Reed, Mike Davis and Teddy. Those guys all talked, and Rasul. Those guys all 5. Those guys all talked, and they sparked it, and it just made you want to play for them even more.
You just start, feeling everyone's, passion. You start to see the emotion come out of guys. When Shaq broke us down on Wednesday, you could sense his frustration. Like, man, it's time to start winning. And Tahir talked about, some of the things that he experienced throughout his career, some of the highs and some of the lows. You take heed to that and you understand why this guy plays the game and why it's so precious to him. Or when Rasul is talking about, the bond and the chemistry and the memories that he have from being in Philly, you understand that, man, those guys won there for a reason. So, everyone's purpose, everyone's journey is different, but, there's so many similarities, within us all. And, the more we understand that, like, man, this guy went through some stuff, but, he's pretty much went through the same things that I went through. And it's like, man, you all come together as one and you start playing for one another because, at the end of the day, we're here to play for the Carolina Panthers. And, as long as we all have that common goal, that's what's most important.